answers to those things?
Well, I think it's a problem for all of us. I mean, not just for naturalists. I think it is actually fairly baffling where our morality comes from and why we're in fact as nice as we are. I mean, the professionals in this field are moral philosophers, and moral philosophers, the majority of them, are not theologically inclined. I mean, they tend to develop ideas. The simplest of all, the one we all know about, is the golden rule: behave to others as you would wish they should behave to you. And moral philosophers have developed other such principles. Always oppose suffering. Always behave as if you didn't know whether you were going to be at the top of the pecking order or the bottom. These are all moral precepts which moral philosophers have developed. Now, it's a genuinely difficult question why any individual should wish to follow such moral precepts. If I ask myself, I'm actually a very moral person, I think, and I'm sure most of you are too. If I ask myself why I don't steal, why I pay my taxes, why I do all the things that keep society going, I suppose it's a slightly irrational feeling that I wouldn't wish to live in the kind of society where people behaved in the sort of ways that I wouldn't wish them to behave in, and therefore I shouldn't behave in those ways either. Now, that isn't entirely rational, because if I behave in an antisocial way, then that doesn't actually stop anybody else doing the nice things to me that, well, maybe it does, and that could be the problem. But it is a genuinely difficult problem, why we are moral. All that I wish to assert today is that religion certainly doesn't help. Or if it does, I mean, if there's anybody here who thinks that they're moral purely because they're frightened of what God might do if they're not, I mean, that's a pretty contemptible reason to be moral. And I don't think we probably have much respect for people who only behave well because of the great surveillance camera in the sky. So I think that I'm sure all of us here are moral for better reasons than that, although I quite agree with the questioner. It's genuinely difficult to decide why we are. Thank goodness we are.